it's said in the corporate world that you may get a job because of your hard skills, but if you lack soft skill, then you won't be able to sustain in that job. So soft skills, which Ronnie Screwvala calls it as super skills, I do believe in that. And it says you need to get jumbled up into so many soft skills. Even if you recognize your two strengths, two skills, you can keep practicing that, keep shining on those two skills. Like for example, if I mention Gallup, Gallup coaching, I'm a certified Gallup strength coach, and if you go through that assessment and you find your top 5, if you could focus on the top 5, that's more than enough. For example, in my case, skills. So my top 5 are, first is the maximizer, second is ideation, third is empathy, fourth is achiever, and the fifth one is strategic. So if I focus on this, top 5 or maybe top 1, maximizer, what all it takes to maximize my own potential, own performance, and enable others to maximize theirs. If I focus on that, things are taken care. Things are taken care. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the 101st book in our book reading series, and I'm really grateful to all of you for encouraging me on this journey of book reading series. 101st book in our book reading series, Skill It, Kill It, Skill It, Kill It by Ronnie Screwvala. So, Ronnie Screwvala is a first generation entrepreneur who failed his Bachelor of Commerce course in college, but that did not deter him from setting out in the world of business in his own at a time when there was no ecosystem for entrepreneurs. He pioneered cable TV, went on to build on one of the largest toothbrush operations in India, and thereafter the very successful media and entertainment company UTV. Newsweek termed him the Jack Warner of India. Esquire ranked him among the 75 most influential people of the 21st century, and Fortune hailed him as Asia's 25 most powerful. He's the co-founder of Grad. He's the co-founder of Grad, which is India's largest online higher education company. Ronnie and his wife Zarina are founder trustees of the Swadesh Foundation. This Swadesh Foundation was inspired, I think it was named soon after that movie Swadesh. That's what I understand. A non-profit organization committed to improving the standard of living in rural areas. This is Ronnie's second book. His first, Dream With Your Open Eyes Open, was published in 2015. Sir lives in Mumbai with his wife, daughter Trisha, and son-in-law Sohail. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, now, as you know, I don't want to go to every chapter on detail of the book because I don't want to be a spoiler of book reading, but definitely I would like to pick up one of the lessons. So what this book is all about, definitely you got the Skill It and Kill It is about the soft skill, which Sir talks about super skills, which are very much needed for the holistic growth or evolution in life. Before I go into the different contents of this book, let me tell you the layout and the style, which really actually moved me. At the end of every chapter, there are 5 core takeaways. 5 core takeaways and call to action. Call to action. That's the end of every chapter. This is the beauty of this book. Another thing is, Sir is mentioning about his own life experiences and also an experience from working professional, maybe from a student. It's there in the box. Every chapter we have 2-3 such boxes highlighted. So this definitely makes the reading so interesting, so informative, and so insightful. The first chapter is communication is everything. Everything is communication. I don't want to get into the detail of this chapter, any of the chapter, but this is quite coherent, congruent with my thought process that I do believe that communication is everything. Second is try to be a storyteller. Third is you don't have to be big to think big. Fourth is all shine, no wine. Fifth is the new LOL, laugh out loud. No, here what he means is listen, observe, and learn. Sixth is empathy is a sign of strength, not weakness. Seventh is future-proof your career. So Sir is indicating a certain skill sets which are very much imperative to lead in this generation. Whenever you're having a competition from maybe generation Z or maybe Alpha, if you are X generation, future-proof your career. That's what the multitasking myth in 8th chapter he's talking about. Very interesting. I gone through the chapter in depth. Ninth is stability is a slippery slope. 10th is from clashes to connection. 11th is batteries and vampires, very interesting. 12th is the one thing you do control. Yeah. 12th is the one thing you do control. 13th is seek guidance, no crutches. When we are talking about coaching and mentoring, so coaching and mentoring, he is saying you should not be over dependent, no crutches. So we'll not get into it, but definitely I would like to pick up one of the chapters. Let's talk about all shine, no wine. All shine, no wine. Spend enough time at corporate or startup and you will observe that those who advance the most often complain the least. That who advance the most often complain the least. When you go through hardship or very challenging time, it's basically no wine means no cry, no complaint mode. So he's giving an example of Swades movie. It was 2003, and everyone knows that Shah Rukh Khan was in the lead role, and he was explaining an example. He's explaining a situation in the movie. Plays NASA engineer, an Ivy League graduate in the US, who returns to his home in rural India with his parents die. The longer he remains in India, the more he longs to stay and bring change. The main location was a place called Vai in Maharashtra. It's near Panchgani, at the foothills of Panchgani. And he says one sin required Shah Rukh's character to visit a rustic hut near the mountains. And Shah Rukh was going through a lot of back pain, and the doctors had advised kind of a surgery. He was in great pain, in fact, but he did not complain. He could complete the shooting. He could complete all those scenes very successfully. And despite of a lot of pain what Shah Rukh was going through, that's what sir is mentioning about. Shah Rukh did none of that. No demand of VIP treatment. He acknowledged the situation. He didn't say any other word, and therefore there's a reason we call him sleepless Shah Rukh. So committed to his work, and I have a lot of respect to Shah Rukh Khan because I learned this thing: commitment, commitment, and commitment. And honestly, reject the entitled mindset. Okay, so what he's saying now, what are the takeaways? What are the 5 core takeaways from this chapter? All shine, no wine. An entitled mindset is toxic and not team focused. Reject it. Your career and professional growth are your responsibility. Always ask yourself, what can I do to make myself a better employee, team member, colleague, and add value to my job and career? Increasing self-awareness will strengthen your level of personal responsibility and avoid apportioning blame. No blame game. Moving from blame to claim. Ownership. Good enough never is. You are better than mediocre. Work to shine. Hashtag lifelong learning. That's what he's mentioning about. Use the 3 magic words. I'll handle it. Then watch your decision-making authority and work responsibilities climb over time. So these are 5 core takeaways. Call to action. Repeat to yourself every day, I'm not a failure until the day I start blaming others and everything around me. Remember, it's always the fear factor, never the failure factor, because failure is not permanent. You need to get over the fear of failure. Must book, but for every professional, could be embarking in journey or could be very established when it comes to leadership role also. Age is no barrier because we are going through a time of where the chat GPT, AI, different forms of AI are emerging, and at times it's a buzzword and we feel a little insecure what will happen. So it's about upgrading yourself. So this is the kind of a pocket book, a book which you can keep in your laptop bag, your office bag, and you can pull out. It's a wonderful book, really wonderful book. I really liked it. Thank you, sir, Ronnie Screwvala, for always being over there. Thank you very much. I hope, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you will definitely rejoice this book. Sir Ronnie Screwvala, cool, calm, composed, kind of a person, kind of a leader. Thank you very much. So let's co-explore and co-evolve with Sir Ronnie Screwvala's Skill It, Kill It. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Do take care.